As the economy begins to open up, will we see more companies going bankrupt? Fox 44's Brian Glenn talks to a bankruptcy specialist.
Pier 1, Neiman Marcus, JCPenney. There's just a few of the retailers so far in 2020 that have filed for bankruptcy protection due to the shutdown from COVID-19. As the economy begins to open up, will we see more of this? Is there hope and other options that companies can climb out of this economic slump? Joining me now is Kristen Postrit. She is with Apricot Lane here in Waco, and attorney Reed Allman, who specializes in bankruptcy. Kristen, I'll start with you. I don't think you ever could have imagined when you opened up there in Waco at Apricot Lane that you'd ever go through something like this. How did you guys make it out on the other side, and what kind of plan did you have in place?
Absolutely. No, whenever we opened, we could never in our million years imagine what's happening right now. We did see the writing on the wall in February when we went to our big clothing market. A lot of our vendors are from overseas, and we quickly realized that the pipeline was going to be shut down. So when the pipeline was shut down, we ordered very heavy for our store. And whenever COVID hit in the States, we went online only. So thankfully we had our Shopify website set up, so we were set for that. And we just, as we had to with our mandated doors being shut, we closed the storefront and operated 100% online and just got creative with try-ons. We did curbside when we were able to, just however we could to survive and continue to sell clothes.
So in other words, you guys really came up with a strategy to keep the doors open essentially. Now Reed, I'll turn my attention to you. What advice would you give a small business owner right now who has struggled to keep those doors open? What can they do, and how do they go about it to ensure they're in business 60 days from now?
Well, I think cash is king, so you got to analyze what your cash flow is going to be and projection out. I know it's hard to predict when you're dealing with the kind of economy and circumstances we're dealing with. And the other thing is you really need to consult with an attorney, because if you need to explore restructuring options, there's some pretty clear do and don'ts that can affect your eligibility in some of those transactions leading up to the need to restructure.
We've seen the names in the news like Neiman Marcus and JCPenney's, companies like that. They might have been struggling well before COVID hit. What are the likelihood that they're around a year from now?
Let's hope so. I mean, a lot of those were already kind of struggling in the economy before COVID happened. But you're right. As you noticed on JCPenney, they started working with their creditors long before they ever filed the Chapter 11. And they announced that 70% of their creditors had already agreed to a proposal for a plan, which makes the 11 process a lot faster and inexpensive if you got everybody on board before you file.
Kristen and Reed, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Good stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.